Okay, y'all, we're back. We're back. We're gonna try this again. What's your name again?
Latoya.
Latoya Jackson. Thank you all for getting back on. This is our Live at 5. Latoya's here, so we had to have her. She's doing a phenomenal job here at ACA. You've been in the business now how many years now?
Almost 4 years.
Almost 4 years. Okay, how did you find us? You were just searching online or something?
Yeah, well, I wasn't searching. Well, I actually found it on social media. Is where I found it at, and it presented itself as an opportunity, and I thought, insurance? I don't know anything about insurance, but I needed some additional income at the time, and I was like, what's the worst that can happen? And so I did it, and it was the best decision ever.
Wow. So you went from knowing anything about financial services to $1 Million Roundtable. How does that make you feel?
Oh my gosh. It's beyond amazing, beyond anything I could have ever imagined. And it takes me back to my why. Because when I started out, my why was just because I needed some additional income. I needed to be able to take care of my kids. I was going through some things at that time, and that was my why. But as we progress, your why can change. And so my why ended up changing. And so now that, I've been so blessed to accomplish these goals and levels, now I have a job now. My job is to help others. So now it's bigger than me. It is a mission to be able to help other people, change other people's lives, help people to understand you can have whatever you want, whatever you think, whatever you see, you believe it can be. And so that is my goal now, is helping other women. It's not a job when I go do things, it's an assignment. And my assignment is to help. So it just gives me great joy every time I can touch someone and help someone.
I know you keep saying women, so you don't hire men. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm working on it. I am working on it.
Okay. So listen, you made a major announcement a few months ago, and you were working at a job for how many years?
Over 16.
Over 16 years, and you just said, I quit. So you made a transition from W-2 to 1099.
Yeah.
So tell us about that process and what led you to this point.
It was first, really understanding the difference between the two as I jumped into this opportunity and it started, working out for me. I really started to understand the differences between, a job and my work, right? Because the job is what they pay you to do. Your work is in you. It's what you're going to do. I got that passion. And so with a job, it's control. They have control. They tell you what to do, when to do it, all the things. They can rip it from up under you at any time. You can go tomorrow and all the doors are closed, or you can go tomorrow and get a pink slip. You have no control. And so to be able to find your work in something that no one can take from you, it really did something to me when I got into this business. And from that, I just really worked on me a lot. I did a lot of self-work. I did a lot of training work, a lot of consistency, a lot of discipline. And with that, just being in that alignment, everything else just fell into place, because it's not hard, right? It's not difficult. You're going to face challenges, but it shouldn't be hard to obtain something, right? When you do the right things and take the action and have your mindset in alignment, what's for you will be for you, and it's going to come. And that's kind of what, started happening. So it's just been an amazing journey.
Wow. We're so glad to have you. You're also a Classic Club ring winner, which is on the wall of fame in our home office. How does that make you feel when you walk in the office and you see your picture among the other stars?
Absolutely honored. I am just honored to be amongst, everyone else on that wall, because when I got into American Classic Agency, I came in, with nothing. And people who were $1 Million Roundtable earners, people who were top leaders in the industry, treated me just like I was them, right? I wasn't, but everyone, supported, and I could call anybody and like the helping hand. So to be able to now be amongst that on a wall like that, I'm just so honored to just be a part of it.
I remember the first time I talked to you on the phone. I said, "Ooh," I said, Latoya Jackson. First thing I thought about was Michael's sister. You know what I'm saying? And so here you are now. And you was like, I'm green. I don't know anything. And now you at the top tier. For those of y'all that don't know what $1 Million Roundtable is, Google it. MDRT. That's the top 1% in this industry. You know what I mean? And then the first time I had a conversation with you about starting to build a team, and you were like, oh no.
Not happening.
and then now we can't stop you, from building a team.
Yeah.
What advice would you give someone who's really looking for a legitimate, I don't mean some pie in the sky, you can make $1 million next week, a legitimate opportunity in the culture of ACA? Can you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, no, anyone that is, I always encourage anybody that's working a job. A job is a great thing. I love a job. Work your job, but always have an additional stream of income. And so with that, being able to be inside of a network like this, it is amazing because there's a lot of networks out there. And all of them are not pleasant to be in.
Right.
So to be in a network with the morals, with the values that are within the ACA family, because that's what it is, it's a family. We get the top training, the support, the resources. You can pick up the phone and call the president at any time and he's going to answer and help you and answer any question. Like, you can't get that anywhere. So I would just encourage anyone, if you don't think, I didn't know anything about insurance, like, you can do it. The biggest hurdle to get over is just removing those limitations that we have in our head, or that we allow other people to place on us, right? We allow other people, we're confined by other people's limitations on us, and we get stuck in that. And the goal is to remove that and know that you can step outside of that box, right? And think about, not attaching our self-worth to, we want to attach our self-worth to our, we want to attach our self-worth to our intentions. I had to think about it for a second because it left me, but I'm back. You have to attach your self-worth to your intentions, not your current abilities. Because your current abilities and what you can do now, that has nothing to do with where you should label that self-worth. Set it to what your intention is to be, right? And you can be that. So that's the advice I would give. If it's something that you're even thinking about doing, do it. Just do it. What's the worst that can happen, right? What if it worked out?
Right.
Do it.
Thank you for sharing that. You're like I'm a sports fanatic. I watch a lot of sports, and I've watched a lot of great players. Some of them just don't have the killer instinct. You know what I mean? You seem to have that killer instinct, even though you may start off the first 2 weeks at 50,000. Well, most people will stop there, and you'll keep going to 100. I mean, where'd you get that killer instinct from?
Just my whole life of always having to depend on me. That's just my whole life. I've always had to, not really had anybody to depend on or lean on. I always had to make it happen. I've always had to make it happen.
Right.
And so with that, it was just embedded in me from childhood to not stop and keep going, and to teach other people the same thing. There are no limits, unless we create them, right? What are we stopping for? There's no reason to stop. Keep going.
That's right. Wow. Any closing remarks that you wanted to say to encourage someone who's probably going to watch this and kind of new, maybe on the fence about what they really want to do, or have a license and be a part of a system, but just not giving it their all? Any closing remarks, advice you would give them?
Number one is, I know we have, work, we have jobs, we have families, we have kids, we have all of the things, but taking time out for you, right? You got to take that time out. And if taking that time out is learning a new skill, doing something a little bit different, that's how we grow, getting into that unknown. So I would say take the time out, because if we don't invest our time, right, then we won't have that time to spend later. So invest that time now so that you can enjoy that time later. So put yourself in a situation to where there are no limits, right? It's limitless. So I would just say, remove the limitations and just take the step, take the leap.
Wow. Y'all heard it right from Latoya Jackson from Atlanta, Georgia, one of our superstars, and building a team in Atlanta and Maryland and all across the country. Thank you so much, Latoya, for taking time out of your busy schedule and joining me on my live at 5. I will see you all next Tuesday, same time, same place, and let's make it happen, Team ACA. Talk to you later.